Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be unboxing the Oppo Reno 8 Pro and giving you a quick hands-on review. In India, this phone is only available in one variant and it's priced at 46,000 rupees, and it comes with 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. It's available in two colors, glazed green and the glazed black. We have the glazed green color with us right now. Online, it's available on the Oppo's official website and on Flipkart. If you directly buy the phone on the Oppo's website, you can get up to 30 days of exchange window for any quality issues. When compared to Flipkart, that's a lot more days. Now the main highlights for this phone would be its unique looks, overall design and build, cameras, super fast charging speeds, and this phone also comes with a dedicated image processor. There are still more which should improve the overall camera performance of this phone. So without any further delays, let's go on with the unboxing. So here's the box. It looks pretty similar to the previous Reno phones that we have unboxed. Pretty similar packaging, a big 8 on the front, and it also says Oppo Reno 8 Pro 5G. On the sides, it has a branding. On the top, we have the pricing and some other information. On the back, there's some more information. Now let's unbox it. First, we have a smaller box. Next, there's the phone itself, followed by the 80-watt SuperVOOC charger. And finally, a USB Type-C cable. Inside the smaller box, there's some documentation and a transparent silicone case. Now this is the phone. On the cover, there are some highlights like the processor information, night performance, image processing chip, and the 80-watt SuperVOOC charger, which we'll talk about later. Now let's remove it. Now this is how the phone looks on the front, pretty much like any other phone out there, and this is how the phone looks on the back. Now let's have a physical overview. On the back, this phone comes with a glass panel with a pretty cool curve at the top for the camera module, which actually gives it a very different look. At the top, we got the huge camera module with the triple camera setup along with the LED flash. At the bottom, we got the Oppo branding. On the front, we have a pretty huge display with pretty sleek bezels all around and a pretty small chin as well. It's a punch hole design display, protected by a flat screen with a 2.5D curve. Above the display, we got the earpiece and some sensors, and below the display, it's completely plain. Now for the sides, the entire frame is made of aluminum with flat sides, which gives it a boxy design. On the right side, we got the power button with a green accent color. On the left side, we have the volume buttons. All the buttons are made of metal, they have a nice clicky feel to them, and they are sufficiently elevated. At the top, we got the secondary mic for noise cancellation, and there's also a small outlet. I'm really not sure what that's for. Anyway, finally at the bottom, we got the SIM card tray housing 2 nano SIM slots, followed by the primary microphone, USB Type-C charging port, and the speaker grill. By the way, this phone does support dual speakers. One is at the bottom and the other one is at the earpiece at the top. Now this phone has a thickness of 7.34 mm and weighs 183 grams. In hand, it fits pretty comfortably. Because of the super sleek bezels all around, phone doesn't feel all that huge despite having a massive display, and the weight is pretty good considering the overall size of the phone and the battery size. And because of the boxy design, it fits pretty perfectly and there's no chance of it slipping down. Anyway, I really like the overall form factor and the build of the phone. No complaints over there. Now these are the complete specifications of this phone. On the rear, this phone comes with a triple camera setup with a 50 megapixel primary camera with Sony IMX766 sensor, followed by an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera and a 2 megapixel macro camera. And for selfies, we get a 32 megapixel camera with f2.4 aperture with Sony IMX709 sensor. Now when it comes to display, this phone has a 6.7-inch ultra clear flexible AMOLED display with Full HD Plus resolution, 120Hz screen refresh rate, and a peak brightness of 950 nits. It also has HDR10 Plus support and it's protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5. When it comes to performance, this phone sports the MediaTek Dimensity 8100 Max processor with Mali G610 MC6 GPU with 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. It also comes with ultra conductive cooling system for better thermals. In the battery department, this phone comes with a 4500 mAh battery, supports fast charging, and comes with an 80-watt SuperVOOC charger inside the box. With this power adapter, you can get up to 50% of charge in just 11 minutes. And that's some incredible charging speeds. Besides that, this phone also supports 65-watt SuperVOOC charger 50 watt superbook charger, PD and QC fast charging up to 18 watts. Now with that said, this is how the phone looks once we turn it on and set it up. This is the basic user interface, that's the home screen. Now this is the app drawer. There are a lot of bloatware. Now here's the notification panel. These are all the notification toggles. And now here's the settings page. And this is the about section. This phone is running ColorOS 12.1 based on Android 12 with the August security patch. Now as for storage, out of that 256 GB of space, we get about 231 GB of space for our user apps and user data. And out of that 12 GB of RAM, we get about 6.99 GB of RAM free right out of the box. Now this is the camera interface. It looks pretty similar to other Oppo phones. We have a pretty similar interface even for the front-facing camera. Now if we go to the more section, these are all the extra features that we get on this phone. For the rear camera, we have extra features like extra HD, film mode, slow-mo up to 960 FPS, we have time-lapse, dual view video, stickers and the text scanner. Now these are some sample shots. Now this is one of the few phones out there which actually comes with a Mari Silicon X imaging NPU, which can further improve the camera performance. That's especially in low lighting conditions. Now let's see how the dual stereo speaker setup on this phone sounds. Here's a quick audio sample. So guys, speakers are pretty loud, they are great for media consumption and obviously great for ringtones and alarms and stuff. Now when it comes to connectivity, these are all the 5G bands supported by this phone. It literally covered everything that's available on India. Next we got Wi-Fi 6. In the Bluetooth department we got Bluetooth 5.3. We have NFC, dual 4G, VoLTE, Wi-Fi calling as well. In the hardware department, camera support Camera 2 API. We have Wideband L1 for display, so you can watch high definition videos on Netflix and Amazon Prime. As for haptics, this phone actually comes with a pretty good haptic engine which gives you a nice haptic feedback. It doesn't feel cheap, and even though it can't be compared with Apple or the Samsung flagships, haptic engine on this phone is still pretty good. It's great for regular usage and it's also great for gaming as well. Now these are all the sensors that are available on this phone. We also got an in-display fingerprint scanner and the performance is pretty good. It almost instantaneously unlocks the phone. We also got the face unlock feature in good lighting condition and even in low lighting conditions. Face unlock works really well and it almost unlocks the phone within a second. In complete darkness, face unlock still works, but it depends on the lock screen brightness and the lock screen wallpaper. Overall, it takes about 2 to 3 seconds in complete darkness situation. Now when it comes to the software department, it has all the software features that you can find on other Oppo phones as well, but the most highlighting features would be flexible windows, where you can open up applications in a pop-up view. Next we have gestures for taking screenshots and opening up split screen mode, which can be pretty handy. And we also have some pretty cool features built into the phone, like where you can hide your applications on your phone, you can hide files. We also have features like always on display, and you can do tons of customization. Whether it's the themes, you can change fonts, you can change the look of always on display, you can change the look of the home screen, and as I've said, there are a lot of customizations along with a lot of bloatware. So guys, this is the Oppo Reno 8 Pro. Honestly, if you ask my suggestion, I'd say skip it. For a price of about 46,000 rupees, we really aren't getting any impressive stuff. Like yeah, design's great, cameras are pretty good. Like if you consider the competition, you have phones that are priced almost half the price, which come with the same MediaTek processor. If you take the Nothing phone, we got wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, along with water resistance. So all those phones which are much cheaper definitely offer you better value for money. So at a price of 46,000 rupees, I really don't recommend you to get it. But if you're getting it a better deal, maybe in a sale or you can negotiate with the retailer, then you can consider this phone. So to sum it up, this is a pretty good phone with a lot of cool features, but the price could have been better. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description, it always helps the channel. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.